Welcome back. So let's continue building our project, shall we? So this is what we are building, okay? What we did so far in our project was just the navbar component, okay? So let's go to our project. There you go. And I can see already there's something wrong with the navbar, the logo alignment. Let me just have a quick look. Okay. Let me just enlarge the max width here. So 3000, 3001. There you go. Local 3000, 3001. Yeah, all good. So it was just this improvement, so I changed it to 7XL instead of 6. Okay, let's move on. We did the nav component, it's working, all good, perfect. Now we need to continue, and the next component is going to be the Euro component. And for the moment, this is all we have in the Euro component, okay? The Euro component is going to be this image with this overlay on top and this call to action button right in the center. If you click the button, you are taken to somewhere. I chosen that link. Of course, you can choose whatever link you want to use. Okay, let's continue then. Euro component. So I have just the boilerplate for the Euro component, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna start importing my components into my root page, into my home page, which is this file right here that was created. The file was created when we installed Next.js. Okay, so this file, page.js, this is the new convention. Page.js is always the file name. Okay, so I'm just gonna import inside this file. I'm just gonna import my Euro component. Euro from, there you go. And I'm actually gonna do something to change this. Instead of create next app, that is coming from here, which is the layout. I want to give the individual page name. So actually I can just copy paste this really quickly, put it here in my own page. I'm not gonna add a description in this example, but I want to say this is the home page. So this is the title that I will see here. There you go, updated, perfect. Okay, we can continue then. Now I'm just gonna, instead of a div, I'm gonna return the empty React fragment, and inside I will be rendering my components. For the moment, it's just going to be the Euro component that we are going to be working on, and of course, you don't see, well, you see already the nav component, but that's because the nav component was imported here inside the layout, and it's being used here across all the pages. Okay, that's why. The remaining components will be including them inside our home page. Let's just leave as it is for the moment. I think it's all good. So let's now work on the Euro component itself. So the Euro component, it's not that complex. It's pretty much just a parent div that contains another div with absolute positioning, which is going to give you that blackish overlay. And then we'll have in that parent div we'll have a background image, and I believe we did that already. We created in the global CSS, there you go, we created a class and the URL for the global image, so we just need to call this class, and also a div where the call to action button will be contained. So let's go, let's do this. Okay, so let's return a div which we have here, because the button will be working. We need a link component, so I'm gonna say import link from next link. Okay, now we can use the button. Okay, so let's forget this at the moment, and I'm gonna start styling this class name. Always say class name and not class. If you say just class, it might work, the styles might be applied, but you will get errors or at least warnings inside the console. Okay, it happened to me because recently I've been working with React Next and also a little bit of HTML, JavaScript and CSS for DOM manipulation using JavaScript DOM, and switching between these projects I sometimes forget to say class name in React and Next, or sometimes I say class name when I'm just dealing with plain HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, that happens, just a side note. Okay, important, age screen, which means I want 100 VH. Then flex, to turn this into a flex container, justify to the center, and then item center, items center. Justify center is horizontally, item center is vertically. Then I want to give a background center for my image that I do not have yet, a background cover also, and then I'm gonna call the class that we created in the previous videos and I just showed you moments ago, and is inside the globals.css file, and it's called hero background image, I believe. Okay, there you go, exactly. There's the image. Notice that in my finished website I do not have the browser scroll bar because I find them annoying. This one I have here. This is default, but I'm gonna remove it just by adding a tiny bit of CSS that I found online. This is just a copy paste of CSS. Okay, so this is nothing really impressive. So I'm just gonna go to my globals, and right after the root I'm gonna say this. Just gonna say that I want to hide the scroll bar for the browsers pretty much. Okay, and I just copied this code from an online source, so you can pretty much just type it out and it should work for you as well. So, and now as you can see there's no vertical bar anymore. Looks way better and cleaner. Okay, and we do see our footer. We were not seeing the footer before, now we see it. So yeah, let's now work on this overlay to make this image a bit darker, because this is too bright for our eyes for sure, at least for mine. So another detail about that is that normally you have the div, typically a div has like the opening tag and the closing tag. Okay, let me just zoom for you. Okay, this is what you have. This is just basic HTML. Okay, this is just a HTML tag. But in this case, we can do and work with the exception. this div will not contain anything inside it. We'll just use it for styling reasons. So we can actually, oops, not like that. We can just, oh my god, come on. We can just delete it and close it like this, okay? You don't see this on a regular div many times, but we can do this. Class name, there you go, and then we say absolute, because I want absolute positioning. Absolute, and top is going to be 0, left 0, right 0, bottom 0. So I pretty much want my overlay everywhere, and the background is going to be black, and then 60%, and I'm going to give this a z index of 2. If you don't know what z indexes are, just Google z index, okay? CSS z index. I'm gonna just reduce the font size so you see a bit better. See, self-closing, and this should be working now if I save. Okay, as you can see, it's darker, and as you can see, it's exactly the same. So we just need to work on that button for the moment, okay? Let's go, let's continue. Okay, so the button will exist inside another div, okay, boom, and then, so we don't forget, we can already call the link from next, and the link will wrap our button itself. So button, there you go. And then let's start styling this. The button says, ignore that error for a moment, order 3 samples. So let's say order 3 samples. I will be using uppercase for this button as a class, so it doesn't matter if you use uppercase, lowercase, whatever, capital case, it will turn it into uppercase. So probably the error that we are seeing is because of this link not having the href. I don't know if that's the error or not, but I'm assuming it is. I'm gonna give it a target of blank, because with this button I'm taking the user out of my website, but I still want the user to see my website after pressing this button. Okay, that was the reason. So I'm just gonna copy paste the link that I have that is taking to a real website hosted on the internet, whatever, and this should work, and it's not. Why it's not? Because the button, okay, why is this not working? Because the button has no classes, so it's like too small, makes no sense. Okay, let's start with a parent. I'm getting a bit confused here, sorry. Trying to think and type and all the things. Okay, padding Y of 5, so vertical padding, and then text color of white, so text white. Oh, it's the Z index. Okay, I believe Z index, because I gave a Z index. I think it's the Z index. I'm not really sure at this point, to be honest. Let me just, yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, now I can see bottom left when I hover. So just to test this theory out, let me just remove the Z index really quickly. Oh, so it wasn't. So it was just some. No, it was. It was the Z index. See, sometimes there's like this couple of seconds delay, and then you're not really sure if what you're doing is right or not. At least in my computer, because when I'm recording it gets a bit slower. Notice then when I put in Z index back, this really turns into a button, into a link, and I can navigate. Perfect. Live debugging. Great. Amazing. Yeah, you might find it annoying, but this is real life. Okay? Okay. So the button itself, let's start styling it. I'm gonna give it a padding X, so horizontally of 16. I want it quite large. Padding Y, so vertically, of 4. I want to give it like a border. I want to say the text is going to be uppercase, so I made a mistake. Uppercase, there you go. I want this button to be rounded, so I want to say rounded at full. What else do I want? Now, once again, we are going to call our primary color that we declared in the previous video. So I'm going to say background, then this is the syntax for you to customize Tailwind classes. Now I'm going to say grab the var, and the var that I want is primary color. So this is the button's background color. I want to say border none. I said border, now I'm saying border none. This was a typo in the confusion, forget it. Border none. Text, I'm gonna say white. Did I say text white already? Not really sure. Text white. And then let's have a quick look on it. Okay, coming together. This needs to be like bolded and yeah, on over, blah blah blah. So this isn't finished. Okay, let's so padding X, padding N, border, uppercase, rounded full, the background, border none, text white. So let's start dealing with on over. So on over, this is the syntax. I want to give a different opacity, and I want to say opacity 90. So basically I'm lowering the opacity. Okay. I also want font bold. Okay. And what else do I want? I need to change the font size. I think the button was a bit the font size was a bit too small, so I think, let me see, text 1XL for the font size, and this is for smaller screens, of course, because now I'm gonna use a breakpoint to say that on medium sizes I want the text to be to XL, text to XL, and let's set another over property. So let's put it here together. Over, I want the background to have a custom color, which is what color did I say? I'm gonna put this color. I'm not really sure if this is the same one, but I think so. Yeah, it's okay. See, there's a delay, but yeah, I don't think I need this. Okay, yeah, because I have defined it, so it's not on over. I have defined this color already here using our primary color. There you go, see? Yeah, but typing and talking makes me make way more mistakes, and I already make plenty of them. But yeah, this is good. Actually, it's exact same thing, so I'm happy with this. So far so good. We were successful finishing the hero section, so let's just finish this video right here, and on the next one we'll continue building our project. See See you. Bye.